Hello people, it's your boy Archer Smitty and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I will be reacting to my great friend TheWillExperience Captain America Brave New World review. So I was going to do a review of my own, but since I'm a little behind and this is considerably one of the major Marvel movies, I figure why not just react to it, and then as I'm reacting to it, I'll just give my opinion and stop wherever Will I feel like I agree or disagree with point of Will's. And Will dropped the movie review, so go fully check out his video, come back here, and then of course, just like me, this is going to be spoilers. So watch the film, come back if you already haven't. But I'm gonna give a brief after my brief. Um, I will say this. I don't think after everything, after the movie's been out for a minute, seeing the ratings and people talk about it, I don't think this movie deserves a 53%, like a rotten score. I think that is just inaccurate. I don't think it deserves that at all. But I don't think the people that are saying the movie is great and spectacular, I don't think that's what this movie is either. But don't get me wrong, this movie has a lot. I will give this movie this. It has some really great action scenes. Better than I thought it was going to be. Way better than what I thought it was going to be. There are some moments where you can tell they reshot some stuff a lot, and it's a lot of cuts. But outside of like maybe 2 or 3 moments, the action is pretty good. Like pretty good. I don't really have any. I have one little nitpick. My only nitpick is really that I like the white suit. I'm gonna just be real with you. I'll be frank with you. I prefer the white suit. I understand Anthony Mackie and not wanting to wear the cowl. I did think the cowl was a little pointless, just a little bit, but it was in the comics, so he had to wear it. But I do like that he wears like kind of like glasses, sunglasses, like shades. That's fine. But overall, I prefer the white suit. I think the white suit just looks better, and he stands out more with the white suit. I feel like the blue suit is really, and I think this is the blue suit is a variation of like the transition of what he wore in the comics, of course. But I just prefer the white suit. But that's just a nitpick. That's not something that's going to bring the score down for me or anything. No, not at all. But yeah, that was just my nitpick. My other nitpick would be I don't like that he has that vibranium mask. I don't know what's up with that. That's a little whatever. Yeah, I don't like that he has the vibranium mask. I'm also kind of curious because he's never used it or worn it with when he was just Falcon. When he first got the Captain America suit, that was never a feature that he had when he first got it. So it almost has me curious as to why he has a mask, an Ant-Man like mask, no doubt, that is vibranium that comes on his face. Especially since I noticed that a lot of the toys, and not all of the promotional material, majority of the promotional material shows his face, but some of it, and even with the toys, they have his face cover up. And in some other areas, they have his face cover up. I'm just curious. It seems a little fishy why he's wearing a mask that fully covers his face when he's never done that before until he was officially made Captain America. I just find that funny. Find that a little funny. But I'm gonna say more as those are my little 2 nitpicks. I don't think the movie is completely trash like the critics and other people are saying, and I don't think the movie is super spectacular. I think that is no. I'm like in the middle. I think this movie is okay. It is okay. It is good. It is not. It is good for me. It's a good movie with great action. That's what I'd say. That's what I'll say for now. But without further ado, let's start this video in a 3, 2, 1. See what Will got going on.
No, it ain't sus. Yeah, enemies chirping, but it ain't sus. It ain't sauce. It ain't sauce.
I missed the other intro so much,
It ain't sauce.
but it's alright. He had to use his
I had to
song,
let the L never take a loss.
especially
Never
so
take
he
a
can
loss.
get
All we do is
paid and
win.
stuff.
They wishing bad on my name, but bad was back then. Now a nigga up. I'm never going down. Driving that Maserati cool.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Whittle Drum. I'm back for another video, man. Happy Valentine's Day to you all. It is Valentine's Day. If you watching this
Oh
video,
yeah, I'm really behind.
I'm filming on Valentine's Day, but Happy Valentine's Day to you all. Hope you all had a good holiday with your loved ones, whoever it would be. But yes, one of my gifts for this Valentine's Day, well, it wasn't a gift, but one of the things that I've done for my Valentine's Day, I went to go see Captain America: Brave New World. I just got done seeing it, and
What you think?
I will say I've been hearing like some mixed reviews saying it was bad, it was mid, nothing, it was all right, but I actually truly enjoyed.
It's a okay movie. It is a good movie. It is a good movie. I don't think this movie is trash. You know what? I'll just give you my right now. I think this movie is a 7 out of 10. This movie is a 7 out of 10. It is a good movie. It is a 7 out of 10. That's why I give it a 7 out of 10. I don't think it should be no higher. I don't think it should be no lower. I think a 7 out of 10 is perfect. Perfect. But I will say this though. This was a good Captain America movie, but this would have been a hell of a Hulk movie. This movie is literally if you took what the Incredible Hulk 2 was supposed to be and you combined it with the script of Captain America Winter Soldier. Because there are a couple of moments where I'm like, that's Captain America Winter Soldier. Like there's a whole scene where like in Winter Soldier when Cap has the stealth suit and he goes on that ship. Like I promise you, that part, like that beginning part with Falcon as Captain, when Falcon, well, the new Captain, Sam, we'll say Sam, when Sam first comes down, it's literally like he jumps out of the moment he jumps out the plane, lands down, fights all the thugs, and he fights the big brute. Like it's literally almost, I'm not gonna say one for one, but you can see the similarities. Like it's tons of moments like that in the film where you're gonna be like, I feel like I've seen this before.
Enjoyed that movie. I will say that. Like I really enjoyed it more than I thought I was going into it because I was, this movie has been through a lot of like reshoot problems,
Yeah, and
like
you
they
gotta
they
give
went
it
through a lot.
slack
You know
for
what?
that
This
a
movie was
little
supposed to come
bit.
out last year, y'all. Last year we only got one Marvel movie last year, and that was Deadpool and Wolverine. But we supposed to get this as well, but they reshot. It was done. They did all of this. They added new people, took new people out the movie, like like Cyber Society. They all supposed to be in that movie, but they all got took out and they got replaced with Sidewinder. If you guys don't know, Giancarlo Esposito. That's who he played in the movie. But I will be doing spoilers, so yeah. I actually enjoyed this movie, and I'm gonna into everything that I enjoyed. I like the people kept saying that it felt like this is like their goal was to try to make it like Winter Soldier and the sequel, and
I after watching it, it kind of is Winter Soldier, just a little bit, but it's not in like a bad way. I wouldn't say it's like in a bad way, but you can, even when you, spoiler alert, with the leader, when you see the leader. By the way, I hate the leader's design. Marvel, I don't know what y'all was. There's no way y'all came up with that design and thought y'all was cooking. That leader design was trash. That was trash. I'm sorry. Like that doesn't take away from the score, of course, but I just want to let y'all know, Marvel, that leader design was garbage. So no, you should have either just gave him like a really really big head, or you should have just I don't know, should just regularly made him green. Like I don't know, but that leader design looked bad. He looked just like a zombie. Like he didn't look cool looking. Like he just I didn't like it. That's just my personal opinion. But anyway, the point is, when we saw the leader, it literally looks like the scene when and Winter Soldier, no doubt, when Black Widow and Captain America go to an underground warehouse, like an underground base, and they discover this secret area where a said person, Zemo, the leader, is doing something that can kind of literally throw off the government shield, the White House, throw off all of that. And there's some moment, I'm telling you, there are moments where it's like this is basically Winter Soldier, but you just threw in Hulk characters. I'm not gonna lie to you. It does feel like that. So I kind of disagree with you a little. Like I kind of agree a little bit because it's like, especially when I forgot her name, but there's literally a moment where like there's a character does a Black Widow type move. This girl, I forgot her name, but she does like a Black Widow type. She saves them, and she's pretty much Black Widow of the movie. And I'm like, bro, this is basically Winter Soldier.
Off the rip, like I was attached to like the emotional connection between Isaiah Bradley and Sam, and like it took on my heartstrings because it made you feel for
They had a
Isaiah,
great
like
connection,
what he was
for
going
sure.
through, what he'd been through, and like what was going through the movie. So it made you feel for him, like feel bad for him when everything happened to him during the movie. When he gets, he did obviously he was mind controlled, but after that
Sabra.
it makes you feel
Sabra.
for
That's
him
her
as
name.
to
She was kind of
when
like
he's
Black
get
Widow.
pushed back into prison after he'd been in prison for 30 years. He said he doesn't want to go back. It make you
Right.
feel for him, man, and you see that like the emotions on his face and everything.
Yeah, I felt that.
Also, I also enjoyed Joaquin Torres's Falcon because he was like comedic relief in the movie. Obviously,
Yeah, he
it's like
was pretty
a
good.
more serious tone, so it's not as much comedy, but there is still like some Marvel humor in there. It's a Marvel movie, but not enjoy him because I felt like his humor wasn't forced, and it was like it was funny.
Yeah,
It
he
was
was cool
little
for real. Like
slow
I
humor
didn't, I
stuff.
didn't really. He wasn't his comedic. I laughed. I laughed a couple of times. He was cool. Him and Sam's back and forth. Yeah, I like it. I don't know. I almost kind of like it more than I like Sam and Steve. So just a little bit.
But yeah, I enjoyed him in the movie as well. Also, I enjoyed Sam. You might not know, but I'm probably in the minority with this. But I actually like Sam as Captain America. It's
Sam, Anthony Mackie is great as Captain America. There's no, I don't get what's the issue, especially if you're a comic book reader and you're saying that you don't want Falcon to be Captain America. My reasoning for why Falcon shouldn't be Captain America is completely different from why y'all don't want Falcon to be Captain America. Y'all's reasoning for why y'all don't want Falcon to be Captain America is clearly because, for at least some of y'all. But Sam, Anthony Mackie, he did great. He did fine. I didn't have any issue. I love the struggle that he has that I should be a super soldier. Maybe I should be a super soldier. Maybe I should be like Bucky. Maybe I should be like Steve. Maybe I should take it. Maybe this will make me a better Captain America, especially once he fights Red Hawk. Like he conflicts with that. Like I like that.
it's different, but it also happens in the comic too. If you guys don't know, it happens in the comics, so it's not like something that they did because
Yeah, it's not like it's something that
it's
just
yeah
happened
they're trying to be woke.
because
No,
they
it
felt
actually
like
happened.
that.
So I'm actually excited. The only thing I always come to the thing like he's a normal human being, so obviously you always get the idea like how does he actually beat real big threats when it's time to beat a threat? And that was my thought going into this movie. Like everyone knew obviously the big threat was going to be Red Hawk. But if you guys don't know, Red Hawk is not comes out until the end of the movie. It builds up until the Red Hawk, which was
Which I kind of figured because I was like, how would Red Hulk be like the villain of the? How would he be the villain of the entire movie? That doesn't really seem like that would make sense in the context of what was going on. Yeah, like if anything, I would say like the first and second half are basically just Winter Soldier, and then like that third part is basically just if you got rid of Hulk and you just put Falcon and you just put Captain America, you just put Sam in there. That's basically what it felt like to me.
the leader was actually like the main villain of the movie. You guys don't know he's also Hawk the villain.
And he was basically for that Winter Soldier part, he was basically like Zemo. Like that whole underground base part. I'm telling you, for those that watch the film and for those that are going to watch the film, you're going to like you gotta either rewatch it or when you watch it, you're going to see like you can't even lie. There are like I would say maybe like 4 or 5 moments where I'm like, this is Winter Soldier. This is just Captain America Winter Soldier. Especially when you get the confliction between the the agency, and literally like the government and him having a confliction with the other countries. And that was literally like somewhat of the conflict that was going on with Captain America, Shield, and Hydra that was happening in Winter Soldier. Yeah, like that. It was literally Winter Soldier.
His origin was from Incredible Hulk. He had like some gamma.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep pausing. My other issue I would definitely say is I don't like that it just feels weird to me, and I know it's because of rights. I know Marvel was struggling to try and get the Hulk's rights. I get that, but it's just very weird that in my eyes that Blonsky was in jail for pretty much a decade, and then leader was in the leader one of the smartest people was in hiding for years and has now just came out. And the fact that they're now talking about the events of the Incredible Hulk as if they just happened and making it seem like this was something major, but when before it was like oh, it happened. Let's move on to the Avengers. Let's move on to Thor, Captain. Yeah, but we're talking about it now as if like this is something that just happened. It just feels a little weird. Like we were supposed to get this movie,
Radiation in him, and it made him smarter.
which we
Basically,
was technically.
it made him smart. And he'd been apparently President Ross was dying from like heart failure, so he's been giving him pills. The leader been giving him pills of to like stay alive, but little did he know he was giving them pills of gamma radiation, basically creating a new Hulk, basically.
Which is
And
cool. Which was
people were
cool.
saying Amadeus Cho was going to be in the movie. He wasn't in the movie.
He wasn't in the movie.
He wasn't in the movie, so obviously that. But yeah, basically the whole movie
No, he wasn't.
is
It was one character I thought that might have been him. I think it was like a scientist, but I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he was. No.
built on Ross becoming president. He's trying to get like this peace treaty from Japan for Tiamat Island. Obviously, Tiamat is bringing in the movie. Also introduces adamantium to the MCU. If you guys don't know adamantium, adamantium, freak,
Adamantium.
adamantium.
Dang.
It's the metal
Dang,
that,
bro.
if you guys don't know, it's probably the strongest metal in the world in like the Marvelverse. We
Next
only
to
know of
vibranium.
before this was how strong the vibranium was, but adamantium is what Wolverine is made out of,
Adamantium
which
is
allows him to heal
crazy.
his claws and everything. So yes, we've now been introduced to that. I don't know if that's like a tease for the future of X-Men and everything, but it's cool that we know that we have that in there.
Yeah,
But
I was
yes,
gonna say I'm curious because does that mean like Wolverine would have had to already because he's been around since pretty much as long as Captain America, so he has to already be in existence.
his
So.
arm is race basically for him to get in the treaty, so that way the U.S. and everyone else can like get the adamantium from Tiamat Island. But obviously, he
Right.
was having issues with that because what the leader was messing up everything psychologically by doing mind control everyone, and then Sam is trying to figure out who's doing it. When he figures it out, it's a lot going on in that movie. But I will say, obviously, there are some flaws. There are some parts in the scene where you could tell it's a green screen. You can truly tell it's a green screen.
I would say it was pretty. For me, it wasn't like nothing, and I wouldn't say really anything in the first act. Not really. I would say he's probably gonna say his, but mostly I would say mostly once we get like the air battles, and then a lot of the scenes with Red Hawk, a couple of scenes with Red Hawk, you're kind of like, this guy is standing right in the like literally in a green screen, and because the background just looks so flat, like it looks so flat, it doesn't even look like this is like real. It looks so flat, and it's just someone just standing directly in front of the camera, and it's just like, yeah, that's a green screen. Like that's not. Come
Like
on.
even like at the end when like we'll get there and on how he beats, but there is some parts in there where there's like a green screen. You could tell it's a green screen. I do like John Carlos' character, but it kind of feels like you don't really need him. Like with him as an actor, I feel like he deserves like a bigger role than what he got. That's a role for a character that you probably won't need again in MCU.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're probably
You could have. He was almost, to me, he kind of felt like a discount Crossbones. Like he could have really been anybody. Like he really could have just been like another terrorist. Like he really could have been anybody. You kind of wasted him right there.
probably going to find a way to use him again, but I feel like you don't really need him like that character. But like an actor like him needs to be someone like big, like maybe like a Magneto or something like that. But
It needs to be,
he's
it
all
needs to
right
be
to me.
someone bigger.
And then with the other girl, the one who was a former Black Widow, she was good. She didn't really add much to the movie to me, but
you see, you get what like. Oh, she was a former. So I was right. She is a former Black Widow. So like literally, they they checked off the boxes. Like you literally, and she had like moments where she's moving like I'm like, okay, you're literally doing it was literally a Winter Soldier moment.
It was okay, but like I'm telling you guys, that last 20 minutes, y'all, was good. And then, like I said, with the fight
Yeah,
scenes,
with Red Hulk,
they looked okay, but some of them, I saw it in 4D, so obviously they like the scenes
lucky you. You saw it in the best way possible.
hit harder for me because I'm moving as well as they're fighting, but they was all right. I feel like obviously it could have been choreography, like choreography. What's the word?
Choreograph. I got you, bro.
Choreographed better, probably.
Choreograph.
But like, it was some cool stuff in the movie. All right, let's get to the end. The end of the movie, y'all. So the whole point of the leader was to get the Red Hawk to come out, and the first time it didn't work because Sam stopped a war from happening between U.S. and
Right.
Japan. But the second time,
Which I'm kind of curious how that fight would have been. Like I'm kind of curious. I was kind of hoping he changed there, and then maybe there's a segment where he changed back real quick, and then he changed into Red Hawk again, and then that's when he. But then I was like, how would you get to the him talking on the podium and then him hawking out? But then I was like, yeah, so you have to wait.
it didn't work, and then the Hawk finally came out, and guys, the Red Hawk was amazing. That stuff right there is what you want to see from Hawk, like all the time. Like that was the
Yeah,
best.
you.
Like
That's what Hawk should be
it
all
might
the
have been
time.
better like than Bruce Banner, like Avengers Hawk. Like Red Hawk was.
You pushing it. You're pushing it. I wouldn't. I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far, especially not. No, no, I wouldn't go that far.
He was
But
jumping.
that just proves the point that if this was a Hawk movie, especially once again, spoiler alert, they show us Betty Ross comes back towards the end, like this would have been a really great Hawk movie. Like a really great Hawk movie, especially with the emotional connection between you had Banner, Betty, and the Banner, Betty, and the General again. That would have been such a great emotional connection, especially when Banner would have to be the one to talk down General. Like that would have been so cool.
He was fighting. He was doing like a little wave clap. Like in my head, I'm like, damn, like how is Sam going to beat this? The way he wins is kind of phony, but I mean, I
The
understand he
power
didn't
of
truly
love.
win, but but that like last. I mean, the sad part is we only got the Red Hawk for like 10 minutes, 4 minutes, but those 4 or 5 minutes was amazing, y'all. And I kind of want to see. I want to see him again, but I want to see him fight.
He didn't. He was kind of. I was. Yeah. He didn't really. He didn't. He needed. He needed maybe like. But then again, it's like, what would you have? Unless he just stayed the Red Hawk. Like I don't really know what exactly else he would have done.
Obviously, Hawk now. Like I want to see him fight Bruce Banner, but you got to do it soon. Harrison Ford is getting up there in age. Obviously, R.I.P. William Hurt, the real Thunderbolt Ross. You also don't want to lose your current Thunderbolt Ross because you're waiting too long. So I want to say, like, do it soon,
Which
please.
kind of had me kind of wondering why did they get Harrison Ford? And no disrespect to Harrison Ford, but his General Ross, he's okay. He's okay. I would have got someone else. I feel like me personally, I feel like you just got Harrison Ford because of his name. I don't you. I feel like you could have got someone else. He did okay. Yeah, and I missed the mustache. Yeah, I missed the mustache. I'm sorry. That's a nitpick, but yeah, you could have got someone else. I would, or at least someone a little younger, so you know that if you plan on bringing Red Hawk back again, you could use him. But you got Harrison Ford, who's already pretty much in his 80s, so you don't really have that much time with him.
But yeah, the way that the fight goes, Sam obviously is losing, but he's finding a way. He's cutting up the Hawk. Obviously, Hawk can still bleed and everything, but the way he uses,
Yeah,
obviously, you guys will know
he's
his suit
healing.
made from vibranium, so he builds up the vibranium tension. Even though it can make a blast, he puts it inside, or he stabs him with the thing, and then like a vibranium blast bursts.
That shockwave.
Obviously, Hawk doesn't die, but then it like calms him down from like raging, and then obviously Captain America talks him down into basically turning back to Ross, and that's how really like the fight movie ends. And like I said, I truly enjoyed the movie. It's an enjoyable movie. It ain't the let's be honest, it's not the best Marvel movie, and it's not the worst. There is like some issues. Obviously, we could tell because it's a movie got reshoot a lot. It's been filming for a long time.
It's a good. I'm gonna stick with it. It's a good Captain America movie, but it would have been a hell of a Hulk movie, man. That I ain't gonna lie to you. If we could go back in time and like make this 2010, and this was the Incredible Hulk 2, bro, that would have been. And you had Red Hawk lead. You have Red Hawk and Leader in your movie, like, bro, that would have been, bro, man. And Edward Norton, no disrespect to Mark Ruffalo, but Edward Norton was still Bruce Banner, and you had that version of the Hulk. That would have been something different. That would have been something completely. That would have been something completely different.
So obviously, there's going to be some issues, but for what it's worth, from how it came out, I truly enjoyed it. Now, for the post-credit scene, you see the leader in his cell, and Captain America walks up to him. He basically tells Sam that there are threats from other universes coming at us. That
Right.
was his. That was the one post-credit scene that you wait to always to the end of the movie. You will.
I do like that he doesn't actually specify who the threat is. I like that, as in like, oh, it could be anyone. I like
see
that.
that, but that's basically what he said. And like, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if it was like a good one or a bad one. I feel like it'd been cooler if we saw him like forming like the new Avengers, like we was told from the leaks. But obviously, leaks are always true. But
Nah, I don't think that was.
I feel like it's finally time that we actually start addressing the multiverse, because this is the multiverse saga. We are like more than halfway into the saga, and no one has addressed the
Yeah,
multiverse
and
besides
I
Deadpool.
just saw that the Avengers movie has possibly been delayed in filming. So I don't know how true that is, but
Wolverine, and like everything feels like it's standalone. So I'm finally glad that we're starting to connect stuff now. So I'm just excited. Obviously, we have Thunderbolts coming out in May, and then we got
that's
July.
gonna be a lot of damn heroes, bro. You're gonna have to do. I don't know who exactly is gonna be in that movie, but that's gonna be a lot of damn characters, man. That's gonna be a lot of, and it's not even like side characters. Like, you don't have a lot of like main characters. You got to put She-Hulk in that joint, Moon Knight, Wanda might come back. Who knows? You got the new captain. You got Sam. You got Thor. You got Hulk. You got Spider-Man, Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, Shuri. Like, you got a lot of main characters now. So I'm just curious.
We got Fantastic Four, but I'm just ready, y'all, because
Wolverine,
Doomsday starts
Deadpool.
filming next month, and I'm excited because I just want some good Marvel stuff back now. So yes, I will say this was pretty good to me. I'm not saying it was great. I want to,
It
it
was
was
a good. It
amazing.
was
It
a
was a
good
good
Captain
movie.
America movie.
I enjoyed it.
But it was
My
a good Captain America movie. But in my opinion, it would have been a better Hulk movie, way better Hulk movie. Like, I really stress that, can't stress that enough. But I do agree, it was good. It's not the best at times, it has its moments, but still a pretty good movie. It does not deserve a rotten score at all. A 7, I think this is for me, this is a perfect definition of a 7 out of 10 movie. Like, I would not go no higher, no lower, no lower. Like, this is the perfect definition of a 7 out of 10 movie.
my crowd was clapping. I don't know about y'all's. If you see it, my
Nah,
crowd was
my
at the movie
crowd,
was clapping.
my
So
crowd laughed, but that was it.
all the critics ain't so bad, and also seeing it
Clap.
has an 88% like audience rate. So it's not always about the rating of the movie, but yeah. I don't know if you guys enjoyed the movie. Let me know how you feel about the movie. But like, comment, subscribe. Catch you guys in the next video. Love you guys.
So he didn't give his rating, but I'm pretty sure he would have give it like, I don't think he would have went higher than like a 8. I think like I said, a 7 out of 10 is perfect. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for that. That movie was good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.